U.S. President Donald Trump has warned that Christians in Nigeria face an existential threat, announcing plans to place the country on a religious freedom watch list. He blamed extremist groups for what he called a mass slaughter and urged U.S. lawmakers to take immediate action. Christianity is facing an existential threat in Nigeria. Thousands of Christians are being killed. Radical Islamists are responsible for this mass slaughter, Trump wrote on Truth Social. He added that Nigeria would be designated a country of particular concern, a status reserved for nations involved in serious violations of religious freedom. Trump said he has directed several members of Congress to investigate the attacks and report on the appropriate U.S. response. He emphasized that the United States cannot stand by while such atrocities are happening, pledging that America is ready to help Christians in Nigeria and elsewhere who face persecution. Congressman Riley M. Moore welcomed Trump's move, praising his decision to redesignate Nigeria as a country of particular concern, CPC. Moore, along with House Appropriations Chairman Tom Cole, was asked to lead an investigation into the ongoing killings. In a letter to Secretary of State Marco Rubio, dated October 5, 2025, Moore urged the administration to act immediately to address the systematic persecution and slaughter of Christians in Nigeria. He described Nigeria as the deadliest place in the world to be a Christian. Reports show that over 7,000 Christians have been killed in Nigeria in 2025 alone, about 35 each day, with hundreds more kidnapped or displaced by extremist groups such as Boko Haram, ISIS West Africa, and Fulani militants. Since 2009, between 50,000 and 100,000 Christians have reportedly been killed, and over 19,000 churches have been destroyed. Data from Open Doors suggests more Christians die in Nigeria each year than in the rest of the world combined. Trump had first designated Nigeria as a country of particular concern in 2020, but President Biden removed the designation in 2021. Nigeria is almost evenly divided between a Muslim-majority north and a largely Christian south. The Northeast has endured over 15 years of jihadist violence led by Boko Haram, which has killed more than 40,000 people and displaced 2 million. Meanwhile, armed groups known as bandits continue to attack villages across the Northwest and central regions, killing and kidnapping residents. Frequent clashes between mostly Muslim herders and Christian farmers over land and water have deepened tensions, further fueling religious and ethnic conflict. Congressman Moore said, "The moment demands that the administration take strong action without delay. This must end." His statement echoed U.S. Senator Ted Cruz, who accused Nigerian officials in September of ignoring or even facilitating the mass murder of Christians by Islamist jihadists.
The mainstream media obviously isn't paying any attention to the suffering of Christians across the world. Nowhere has the silence been more deafening than in Nigeria, ground zero for modern Christian martyrdom. Nigeria is by far the deadliest country in the world to be a Christian. Since Boko Haram's insurgency began in 2009, between 50,000 and 100,000 Christians have been murdered. 7,000 Christians have been martyred this year alone. That's an average of 35 Christians murdered for their faith every day. Every day. At least 250 priests have been attacked or killed in the last decade. 54 Christians were murdered on Palm Sunday, and a priest was kidnapped and murdered on Ash Wednesday. This is genocide. There is no other way to describe it. Christians are murdered at a staggering rate compared to other religions in Nigeria. The ratio is 5 to 1. Christians are murdered to every one of another, 5 to 1. 5 Christians are murdered to every one of another faith. There is no question that this is a genocide, in my view. Additionally, more than 5 million Christians have been displaced from their homes since 2009. More than 19,000 churches have been attacked or destroyed. Entire villages have been wiped off the map in Plateau and Benue states. Children are kidnapped, women are raped and forced into slavery, pastors burned alive in their churches. And while radical groups like Boko Haram, Islamic State West Africa, and Fulani herdsmen do killing, the Nigerian government often allows these crimes to go unpunished through indifference, corruption, or active hostility. Why I wrote Secretary Marco Rubio to urge him to redesignate Nigeria as a country of particular concern, and why I will never be silent while Christians are being slaughtered.
In a post shared on Saturday, Trump said he had directed the U.S. Department of Defense, referred to as the Department of War, to prepare for potential fast military action in Nigeria if the government fails to stop the killing of Christians. If the Nigerian government continues to allow these attacks, the U.S. will immediately suspend all aid and may be forced to intervene, guns a-blazing, to eliminate the terrorists responsible for these atrocities, Trump declared. He warned that any U.S. military response would be fast, vicious, and sweet, urging Nigerian authorities to move quickly to protect their Christian citizens. Pentagon Chief Pete Hegseth reposted Trump's message on social media, replying, "Yes, sir," confirming that preparations for potential action were underway. Nigerian President Bola Tinubu dismissed Trump's remarks as inaccurate and unfair. In a statement on social media, Tinubu said the president's comments do not reflect our national reality, nor do they recognize the government's ongoing efforts to protect the rights of all citizens regardless of faith. He emphasized that Nigeria is a country with constitutional guarantees protecting citizens of all religions, while also expressing openness to U.S. support in combating extremist violence, provided that Nigeria's sovereignty is fully respected. The Nigerian Ministry of Foreign Affairs echoed this sentiment, stating that the claims do not represent the true situation in Nigeria. Senator Cruz commended Trump's stance, calling it a vital step toward accountability. Today's designation is a critical step in holding Nigerian officials responsible, Cruz said. My legislation will reinforce this action by targeting those who enforce blasphemy and Sharia laws in Nigeria. I thank President Trump for his leadership and commitment to defending religious freedom and for the persecuted. As tensions rise and Washington considers stronger measures, Trump's renewed focus on Nigeria highlights growing international concern over Christian religious persecution. The unfolding situation may test not only U.S.-Nigeria relations, but also the global commitment to defending freedom of belief and protecting vulnerable communities. That's all for now from Global Pulse Unplugged. Stay sharp, stay informed, and we'll see you next time.